Peace, love, light, and blessings, family, to everyone out there understanding during this time of change and uncertainty. I'm sitting outside under the sky. It looks pretty dark and dismal. It started off looking red, and from red it's gotten kind of black with splashes of white. You know, today is September the 9th, 2020, and astrologically, today is the day that Mars turns retrograde. Now, you guys many of you are familiar with Mercury retrograde, and many are not. But all the planets actually have a time to retrograde, and that's when the planet goes opposite from the way it generally turns. When it turns in its regular 360 axis, that would be called direct. And when it begins to spin on its axis backward, it is called retrograde, or what appears backward. Okay, I'm still trying to figure that out because they say what appears backward, but Mars is in retrograde, and that may not mean anything to you all, but let me first explain the planet Mars. So Mars is the red planet that is governed, well, it governs the sign of Aries. Aries is his first sign, but it also governs half of Scorpio, and Scorpio is also governed by Pluto, which is a very intense planet as well. But today we're talking about Mars. So Mars is Aries, and if you know any Aries people, Aries are very energetic, dynamic kind of people, aggressive, direct, leaders. They could be a bit impatient. Some of them are very creative people. Magnetism, and I say the Scorpio also possess that. That would be a quality definitely from Mars. The power of attraction. Mars deals with male energy. It deals with sex. And those things I said, aggression, sometimes impulsiveness, many times impulsiveness, passion, drive, ego, ambition. All of those things fall under Mars, even standing up for yourself. So I'm trying to think if I left anything out, because Mars is just a dynamic planet. You get what I mean. Aries is a cardinal sign. Cardinal meaning they're not fixed or stuck, and they're not mutable, which means you just basically adapt to your surroundings and situations or whatever. Aries is a cardinal sign, just like Libra. And I think Cancer is also a cardinal sign. And that means they self-starters. They do things their way or find new innovative ways to do things. So when we're dealing with this planet in reverse, then you're dealing with a lot of, first off, a pause, a time to pause. So you're going to have a lot of frustrations for those that have the energy like an Aries, and not just Aries, because other signs possess Gemini, or any sign that's really trying to accomplish a certain thing, and you're feeling as if you're on the right path and everything is going good, and then all of a sudden, boom, Mars goes retrograde, which really doesn't happen often, thank God. But so that means that all of that dynamic energy, that energy to move forward in a constructive way, will turn into frustration. It will turn into energies that are pent up, that needs to be used in a productive way, or it could be destructive, violent. You have to watch aggressions, and not just Aries. This is for everyone, depending on how you deal with stress, frustrations. Now, you could either be the perpetuator of these aggressions, or you can actually be the recipient. So you have to be careful either way. Watch your words, watch what you say, watch how you move. This is also a time when Mars is in retrograde that accidents, injuries can occur because, this is a time where we're heavily influenced by Mars. And honestly, I didn't say this before, but it's retrograding in the planet Aries. So you're going to definitely have the effects of Aries. And for the Aries, or anyone with Aries in their rising, in their moon, or strongly influenced in their charts in anywhere, you're going to be affected by this. Now, what you see is the frustration, the aggression when you can't move forward, or when you experience delays. It can cause accidents because you're forcing something or going against the grain when you should really stop and take your time. But it could be things as simple as taking your cigarette and not disposing of it properly that cause an accident, whether it's on a minor or a major level. Things like today, for instance, I had to call the bank 3 times because I was moving too fast, putting my numbers in, and that wasted my time. But I already knew what the effect was, so I took my time. I slowed down, and I patiently collected myself. And you may have to remind yourself to do that a lot during this time. Now, those fires also represent, like I said, the frustration that we can encounter during this period. Like I said, Aries is ready to move through. And the thing that could cause illness, however, is you could turn the frustrations or the action that you generally would take that's being blocked, that can become inward. And for some people, that could become depression. It could be pent up sexual energy that's not able to be expressed. It could be pent up rage that needs to be expressed. So, thinking of exercising or dancing or creating something positive would really help with that. This is, however, a great time to begin thinking about your life over the last few years, especially for the year 2020. A lot of things just came to a halt, and our plans may have been thwarted or guided in a different direction. Some of us may not know what we're going to do at all. This time of pause that Mars retrograde brings us is a time of introspection, to take that time and really think about, before moving forward, what it is you want, what it is you no longer want. Is your career satisfactory? Is your marriage or relationship satisfactory? Are you having satisfactory sex? Are you right with spirit? Are you right with property or anything you would like to invest in? Because this is not the time to do these things. Yeah, investments is meant to be looked at, but don't go out and do anything impulsive that you may regret later. This is also a time to definitely watch anger or violence. Once again, if you're that person, you could easily get into a physical altercation or a very bad argument, and things that can't be undone once done. And, the interesting part is that you could actually end friendships and relationships based on an impulsive action or word. But just know that even if because see, it's like you're blocked here. So even if you fighting or arguing, and even if that's your regular stance to be direct and tell people off, some of you won't be able to do it at all. You will totally shut down, while others of you will end up ruining these relationships because you are, it's not a constructive fight. It will only be met with permanent damage and could lead you in jail. So this is a time to embrace patience and introspection. If you want to see change in the world, we must start with ourselves. So you guys take it easy. And also an aspect to watch is September 28th and 29th. it's the violence is heightened on that day, and random things can happen, things like even shootings and everything. So if you need to get out, but be vigilant. Okay, so peace, love, light, and awareness. Ashe.